But often the reason people are able to buy the fifth or sixth or seventh property, even a third property, is because of intelligent structure over a longer period of time. Now, if you do interest rate averaging over a 10, 20-year period, the odds are that you're going to be able to put more towards principal or put more aside for more deposits on buying more properties. So if you haven't had success in understanding these theoretical mortgage structures in the past, time to try again. And even refinancing, restructuring, it does make sense to extend the terms of your mortgages if it allows you to keep properties rather than taking $100,000 or $200,000 loss on a property compared to the peak of the market. Might make sense to refinance an 18-year loan term back up to 25 years on interest only. You might feel like you're taking that backward step, but over the next 5 years, you might average 6-7% capital gains, and you're not going to regret having not paid down principal if that property made you $300K.
It's a good thought that you said that, because we had a client, Ben, who had a portfolio maybe 3.5-4%. But at the time when he restructured his portfolio, it was probably just over 5%. And he just forego of all the lower interest rate because they were all going to come on principal and interest. And the lending environment was getting tougher. Like, he wasn't going to be able to borrow as much, but he had a cash flow positive portfolio even at 5.5% interest only. So he kind of decided to go, you know what, let's just lock it long term and just restructure that. And it made a lot of sense.
And that takes us to the fourth strategy of separating securities and if you can, freehold a property before you're going to sell it, so that you're not just losing a property from your portfolio and then having to pay down debt. You want to have choices, and you want to use offset if you can't freehold, but you want to get your structure right before you start talking to real estate agents and lawyers. Talk to mortgage advisor to do the calculations for you on what options you've got.
So that one there, Andrew, I don't actually have any option because I extended myself last year to pick up another cash flow property, and so I'm kind of maxed out. So that's a good thought. Like, if I could freehold one of my security, I can keep all the cash.
Well, and there is ways to do that, right? You can add borrowers, you can add incomes, there's certain ways that you could assess with different lenders. It might be quite difficult and you might just not find an option that you're happy with doing, but there is a way.
Yeah, I think it comes down to sort of what stage the client might be in as well. And we talk about the mortgage life cycle in MortgageHQ and WealthHQ, and essentially it's just trying to understand what stage you're in the life cycle on investing and your mortgages. And so early stages, you're just trying to make sure that your income and expense allocation is very strong and have a very good debt reducing strategy. Then later on, you kind of shift your mindset to expansion meaning using leverage, and then later on optimizing the equity in the portfolio for more cash flow. So I'm kind of in that stage too, where I'm looking to expand as much as possible, safely and intelligently, hopefully.
Yeah, well, even chess masters make moves that are not the right ones with the benefit of hindsight, right? And especially in a blitz game. So freeholding securities, it's a prompt for me to think not just about properties, but about businesses and cars and boats and anything that you've got finance on. You might want to think about, okay, can I consolidate these debts into my mortgage so that I've got this boat or this car freehold? So that if I need cash quickly, I can sell the car or the boat and I get the cash. I'm not using that money to pay down debt involuntarily. It's the same with business. It's a lot of people that have got debt in their business have got cross collateralization with property or with something else. And now is the time to really, if you can, push to start separating things. If you think that you're going to need access to cash, you want that backup plan.